Oh my God. I am so excited about them achieving, y'all. It's just a great, great feeling. It's better than you feel when you do it yourself.
Isn't that so awesome? I feel like that's what's so awesome about network marketing is you can't win unless other people are winning too. So I think that's super cool. Love it, love it. Thank you so much, Josette. We just started going live on Facebook. So obviously anybody joining us over on Facebook, please throw in some wins and we'll get you kind of added into this. But in the meantime, we're just going over some wins. Josette had a great win for us. And Tanya, I'm going to butcher your name, Sakia. Yeah, is that right? Heck yeah, nailed it. First try. If you guys have any wins, we'll start off with a few wins real quick, and then we'll get into the training today. So today is day 37, which is super cool.
I guess you can call the win I have. I talked to my hairstylist, and she's in one of those suites where it's like a dozen different stylists in there. And I said, well, do you think I can bring in some of my jewelry? I had already put my cards in there, and she says, yeah. She's just like, speak with the owner. She was like, come in Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and you can set, just kind of be visible. So I was like, awesome. Oh, I'm excited about that. So tomorrow morning, I will be there when they open. Don't have I don't really anticipate having a setup spot, but I'll have my products in the car, but just to let all the ladies who's coming in to get pretty for a wedding or church or whatever, I'm here.
Love it.
I got your stuff. I'll have my bling bags ready.
Heck yeah. Love it, love it. We have actually done that. I think we're about to do it on our second year, but last year we found somebody in a mall that was like a boutique or something, and we set up our stuff, and it was basically a win-win that if they sell our stuff and house it, we'll give them like I think we gave them like 5 or 10%, and they sold everything for us. So we just went in once a week, restocked everything, and at the end of the month they gave us like $1,000 from selling the jewelry, and all we had to do was once a week just put up new jewelry. And so if you guys can find, I know we push lives and selling live and online a lot, which is awesome, but in person, I mean, there's still plenty of opportunities in person. And so if you're able to set up shop a little bit like that, Sakia, if you're able to, if not, but if you're able to, and you're able to find a couple shops and just go once a week and replenish jewelry there, even put a little like QR code to like get more, hey, if you want to see more information, if you want to see more of this jewelry, here's my replicated site. And then if you push them to your replicated site and they buy from your site, you get a commission off it, and you don't even have to sell it. I mean, you don't even have to you don't have to ship it. You don't have to invoice it. Paparazzi does everything for you. So create a little QR code or just like get their information. That way you can kind of talk to them and push them to your Facebook and that type of stuff. So there's a lot of cool opportunities still in person, but try and be able to work smarter. I think that's a big part is like, we want to grind, we want to get out there and work really hard, which is obviously very important, but like working smarter as well helps out a lot. So awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Just looking on Facebook. Good to see you guys over here watching. Vanessa, Charmaine, good afternoon to you guys. I vended at the mall last year and have opportunity this year starting November 10th. Awesome. Carlinda, awesome, awesome. So we're super excited to get going. Today is day 37, and we are talking about KPIs. So if you don't know what a KPI is, it is a key performance indicator. Okay, so a lot of big companies kind of have these KPIs, which are good indicators of kind of like good things to help you know if your business is progressing or what things to focus on to make sure your business is progressing. So yesterday he talked about this idea of the first KPI is core rank. And what we talk about in hitting core rank is signing up 3 people. So it's hitting director. So even if you've hit director once, it's keep hitting director. I mean, basically signing 3 people up each month. I'm just looking over on Facebook. Kimberly, I'm going to get back to your question 1 second, and then we're going to keep going. She asked what's the best verbiage to ask if they can set up a shop. I'm going to get to that in 1 second. I'm just going to go through this KPI and we'll get to the questions. So yesterday was KPI, was about hitting core rank. and be able to hit it, getting people to hit core rank for the first time, and even getting those numbers like consistently on your team. How many people are hitting core rank on your team? Okay. So today is all about the KPI of people on your team that have 10. So people that have recruited 10 people or more. So he went through this statistic. He said, oh, obviously this is an overall average over the industry, over the profession. Obviously some people, some network marketing companies have like a $5,000 product that they sell, like a water system. And ours is the cheapest way to get into ours is $100, $100 starter kit. So obviously our average for some of this is going to be different, but he went into saying that 70% of people that join network marketing don't recruit a single person. Okay. Again, this might be different from ours versus others, but 70% don't recruit a single person. 20% only recruit 1 or 2 people. 5% only recruit 3 to 5. 3% only recruit 6 to 9, and 2% recruit 10 or more people. So there's basically, if these numbers are right or if they're slightly off, let's even say 5% or less. 5% of people recruit 10 or more within paparazzi. I mean, that is like that. Those are very small numbers. Okay. So if that's the bulk of the people that are recruiting on our teams and within, like, let's just say paparazzi, how important is it to get people to sign up and recruit 10 people within your team? And he kind of used the analogy, or kind of used the example that, like, what if every person on your team that recruited 10 people got you to make 10 grand a year, right? What would you do? Like, how would you treat these people differently? Okay. So he talked about the importance of finding these people within your network marketing, within your team, and seeing which people are there, and even seeing which people are like 7, 8, or 9 recruits, and helping them get to 10. And he said taking inventory. So basically going out in your team, seeing who wants it, who's hungry, who's willing and coachable, and say, hey, I see that you've recruited 7 people. I want to get you to 10. Okay. Here's what's important about 10. Okay. So, and maybe that's a little different for us, because we know that some people, I mean, he used the example that a lot of network marketing companies join for, they're either a customer or a distributor. In our terminology, is a consultant. But a ton of people sign up just for the discount, and that's totally fine, right? We don't have to push people if they just want to sign up for the discount. But getting people to recruit and build that team. Okay. So a part of this he talked about is the importance of identifying which people upon your team in your team have recruited 10 people, and then taking inventory who are close to get them to 10, and how important those numbers are, and track those throughout the year. So every single month, okay, how many people hit core rank? And so these are some of the things you want to track. Okay, on my team, how many people hit core rank this month? How many people have recruited 10 people? And then track and take inventory how many people are close, and who wants this? Who wants to get to 10? Okay, so those are 3 big key performance indicators that you want a part of your team to grow your team in order to help you be successful. Okay. So that was kind of the main things that he talked about today. Other than, real quick, I'm going to talk about this and we'll go into some questions at the Q&A at the end. But something he went into, and maybe Tanya, I know Sedaria is here as well. Sedaria, sorry. Your name always gets me. Holy cow. I have to really think about it. So I apologize. But he talked about this whole FTC thing that's been going on. So you guys, if I missed something, chime in. But basically, he just went into, which was really interesting, the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, is obviously kind of a federal agency that kind of helps regulate businesses and things like that. And for a long time, he said network marketing has kind of been on their list of, like, always getting on network marketing's back, just because they have a couple of rules that if for some reason, if you put $1 in, you don't get $1 back, you're a victim. And so they have these kind of rules that like, well, what if you're a consumer? What if you go into a grocery store and you put in $10 and you don't get $10 back? Are you a victim then? Just like, no, it doesn't make sense, right? So they don't really take into consideration the customers versus distributors or consultants there. Rule two that they talked about is every company is responsible for every single distributor's word over all the world. So if someone says something not right according to compliance and policy and procedures, then the company gets in trouble by FTC. So they kind of went through some of these things, and I'm just going to go pretty quick through this. But basically, they're about to take this one company to court, and they actually sued the FTC back. And it was basically, long story short, It's been really good. They actually ruled, the judge ruled in favor of this network marketing company and won, and helped us as a network marketing profession to help us that we don't get slapped as much for FTC. Like it's definitely in our favor that compliance companies don't have to be so strict, because the FTC isn't going to be on their backs all the time. So really, really cool that FTC, I mean, the judge ruled that FTC has been abusing their power and the company isn't responsible for every single word. So it's going to be a lot better for compliance within network marketing industry profession altogether. Tanya, did I miss anything? Pretty good overall, right? I mean, that's pretty much kind of what we talked about with all of that, but I mean, kind of just all legal stuff. Basically, there's been some new rulings with some court cases that's going to be in our favor for the network marketing profession, which is super cool. Cool. So just a quick summary of what we talked about today is the KPI. The second KPI, we're going to talk about one more tomorrow, but the first KPI, which we talked about yesterday, is getting people on your team to hit core rank. Second one, which we talked about today, is all talking about getting people to 10 recruits and how important that is. And then the third one is tomorrow. Okay. So for homework, we want you to be able to know how to track your own KPIs within your company and be able to take inventory of who's close to that KPI of hitting 10 people and helping them get there. Okay. So opening it up to Q&A. I know I'm going to come back to Kimberly's question. And if anybody else has any questions, raise your hand here on Zoom. And if not, if you're on Facebook, throw it in the chat and I'll be looking for that. So Kimberly said, what is the best verbiage to ask them if you can set up at their shops? Okay. So I'm going to be honest, if you just put yourself in that shop's shoes. Okay. So if you come in and you're not trying to figure out a win-win situation, like why would they want to work with you? Right. So for an example, just like, hey, can I come in and just set up my shop here? And they're like why? Right. It's like, well, hey, like, maybe we can make this a win-win and I give you a percentage of all the profits. It's like, okay. I mean, it doesn't take away from what I'm offering here. So yeah, I can see that as a benefit, right? So work with the shop owner, and it's a lot easier when you're working with, it's called complementary products rather than like competition products. So if they're a jewelry store and you're a jewelry store, maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. Okay. So talk with them and see, but what's the hurt in asking some of these people, right? And sometimes we give up on the first no, but if we keep asking a few times, something might happen even if you ask continuous times. Okay. So just try and keep asking. Tanya, Josette, any of you guys have any other suggestions for Kimberly here of how to talk to store owners and be able to get them to set up in their shops?
Yes, I would just piggyback on Zakara's plan. Those places that you frequently go, the stylists, maybe it's some space in your grocery, maybe your cleaners, those people that you patronize, turn around, ask them to patronize you, give a spot, a section. Ask them if you could just leave a small basket of hostess rewards with your contact information. That costs nothing, but those people that come to patronize that same business, they'll grab your information and your product. It's an exposure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love that.
places you go every day.
Yeah, I love that. And even there, I love that idea is there's different levels. Like maybe someone will let you set up like a whole kind of display board or two, but some people might just let you put a basket in there, right? And just say, hey, like, guess what? I'm just going to put some free product in here. It's all hostess, so it doesn't cost you any money. And you put a little business card in there. Maybe it's just an exposure to get people in there, right? But if you're able to like get people to actually display your jewelry and have a win-win where they get a percentage of the profits and you don't have to like be there to sell every single day, that's awesome, right? Had a good win for Mildred. What's the third one again? Sharna Gaiman, we're going to be talking about the third KPI if that's what you're talking about tomorrow. And yeah, if any other questions, any other comments from today? If I didn't share this, I swear I shared this last week or the week or before, but something, we talked about KPIs with getting people to core rank and getting people to 10 recruits. But something that my mom talked about that she shared with me from the producers bootcamp just barely, which is pretty interesting, is that 60% of people, Trent shared this at the boot camp, that 60% of people that sign up do not reorder. Is that crazy? 60% of people that sign up for paparazzi do not reorder. And if they reorder, I think they had like 70% of people that just order once would make another order after that. So that is another big milestone for you guys, for you as a team member and a leader, to get people just to sign up. I mean, sorry, just to make one order, and make that very simple. Because sometimes we just want to overwhelm them with like, hey, you got to open up a business, you got to have a business card, you got to start a Facebook group, you got to start a Facebook page, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Yeah, you got to sign up a Shopify store, all this stuff. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You just pushed me off the deep end. I don't know how to swim here. I'm fighting for air. Okay. So just take them one step at a time. And if that's a big milestone, is just to get someone to just to get into the back office and know how to shop. Awesome. Awesome. So I just want to share that with you guys. And that's because that's something we're changing with on our onboarding system, is like, that's a big first milestone, is just to get someone to just get into the back office and just buy one thing. Okay. And just even incentivize them, like, hey, use some of those hostess rewards. Hey, if you order some, once they sign up, obviously we can't use incentive to sign somebody up, but once they do sign up, use a little incentive, just like, hey, if you go, you know, if you're able to make an order, hey, I'll send you a free piece of jewelry. I'll send you a couple pieces of jewelry, you know, from some of your hostess. So incentivize them a little bit. So awesome, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We love you. We're on day 37. So we're almost halfway through of this last 90-day run, of this 90-day leadership and duplication run. We love you guys so much. Any last comments, throw it in the chat over on Facebook, or Tanya, Josette, Sedaria, any other last comments for us before we keep going forward? I mean, before we wrap up the call? All good? Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. We're going to end there today, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Perfect. Love you guys. Good to see you, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.